Here are a bunch of ideas for your learning bucket list. See if any of these tickle your fancy or give you ideas of things you want to learn. Learning how to cook, learning how to garden, learning how to speak a new language, learning the trapeze, learning how to play an instrument, learning how to play electronic music, learning how to make YouTube videos, learning hip hop, learning how to give great massages, learning how to sing, learning a new sport, learning self-defense. You could also think about topics that you've always felt under knowledgeable about. So maybe the healthcare system comes up a lot and you really wish you were well read on that topic. Or maybe someone constantly brings up astrology and you want to learn more about that. Or maybe someone talks about political history and you wish that you just really knew how to contribute to that conversation. You also might want to consider learning a specific job skill or people skill, like learning how to be a great conversationalist. I can help with that. Or learning how to be a great negotiator, or learning how to program or code, or learning how to event plan or party plan, or learning a new software, or learning how to be a better writer, or learning how to do aromatherapy. It could also be dreamstorming basic skills you just missed out on. For example, I still do not know how to ride a bike. It is on my learning bucket list. Learning how to ice skate, learning how to roller skate, learning how to rock climb, learning how to change a tire, learning how to cook pasta. My husband still does not know how to do that. Learning how to hang a picture. Are there any basic life skills you wish you knew? Great. Learning is the fastest way to kickstart or reset or rejuice your life. Step number 1 is my favorite. It's called dreamstorming. Brainstorming is too hard. Dreamstorming is dreaming up all the things that you would like to learn. Now, this could be learning about a topic. It could also be learning a skill, so activating a skill that you've always wanted to do, or it could be adopting or learning a new habit. Step number 2, find a learning partner, a teacher, or a mentor. So where could you learn this skill? Is it as simple as watching a couple YouTube videos? Great. Remember, these skills or these learning bucket list items don't have to take years or months. They can, like learning a new language. They could also be as simple as learning how to change a tire, where you can watch a YouTube video, try it out, and you got the skill. So they don't have to be huge skills if you don't want to. And this is where you begin to think about after each skill. So make your little list. After each skill, where would you learn it? Is it a YouTube tutorial? Is it finding a mentor? Is it going to the library? Is it signing up for a class? Is it just having an accountability or learning partner? Someone who might want to learn the same thing as you and you get to try it out or do it together. So make a list of where you can learn each of those things. That's making something like a dream from dreamstorming into something that's very practical and tactical. Step number 3, prioritize and organize your list. So is this a summer of learning? Is this a fall of learning? Is this your learn in your 30s, learn in your 40s, learn in your 50s? Is this a learn in 2024? I want you to create some time structure around your learning list and start to put it in the order of what excites you most. I actually recommend starting smaller. Sometimes if you start with something like learning an entirely new language and then you take years or months to finesse that language, it can make it so you don't learn anything else. I would start with some of the smaller skills, things that you could knock out in a couple of hours or a single YouTube video or 1 or 2 classes. That's going to give you learning confidence and that's going to make you want to learn even more. Last step here, decide what level of learning you want. There are 4 different levels of learning. You could be a dabbler. This is someone who kind of knows what they're doing, but isn't an expert by any means. There's a practitioner. You can practice something regularly, but you're no expert. There's a master. This is you are really good at this skill. You know it so well that you're at the top of your game. And lastly, there's teacher. That's when you know it so well, you can actually teach it to others. So this was me with social skills. I'm a recovering awkward person. And when I was learning social skills, I was barely a dabbler, right? I was struggling through every conversation. I felt awkward all the time. And so when I first started, I was just dabbling and trying a little bit of new confident body language, trying to finesse my first impressions. Then after I did it more, I became a practitioner where I felt like, okay, like I have a couple of my favorite conversation starters. Yep, I know how to talk to VIPs. Okay, like I think I figured out my power pose. Then after a couple of years, it did take years, I felt like I became a master. That's when I was like, wow, like I feel like I am authentically confident. I feel like I figured out my flavor of charisma. I like talking to people. I went from being super awkward and not liking people to in my master stage really liking it because I feel like I had honed that skill. And lastly, I'm here. I'm teaching social skills. That was the final, I cannot believe it, final stage of my growth. So you have to decide, where do you want to be? You don't have to be a teacher or a master with every skill. For example, I have a friend that on her learning bucket list was sewing. And she's like, all I want to be able to do is sew or mend holes in my clothes. I don't need to be a fancy fashion designer. I don't need to create whole new dresses from scratch. I just want to be able to mend my own clothes. So she just wanted to be a practitioner, maybe even just a dabbler. That was her learning goal. So decide on your your list of skills. How advanced do you want to go? This is going to also set you up for success and accurately help you plan for how you want to learn. Okay, that's it. I cannot wait to hear your learning bucket list ideas below. Tell me, what are you going to learn?